Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the Ultimate Heroes Jubilee Guide Season 1. I'm currently ranked 74 in the entire America server with 160k points or so, and so I know a few things here and there to maximize your points. Without cheaters and hackers, I'm most likely top 50, and the best thing is, I'm also 100% free to play with barely any dupes. So if you have a stronger team or higher EP than me, this can bode really well for you. I'm not like those other people who claim they are free to play but then showcase a level 100 Diablo. That's not for everyone, and so I'll be breaking this guide into a few sections with timestamps in the description if you want to check it out. But essentially, I'll be talking about the best DPS to use, the best protectors, and of course how to maximize your points, taking into consideration the amount of turns and your damage output. Now first things first, the best protector to use. Now the first on my list is the Orc Disaster Protector. He's a 5-star Dark Protector, and his skill is very amazing for this fight. It increases the skill cost limit until the end of battle by 20, so if you have 100 skill points, it will increase by 120, and it will increase that skill point by however much as well. So if you have 100 skill points, you're going to get 120, and it has a conversion skill, changes soul skills into souls of secret. Having the skill cap is very important because then you can stack buffs and do a big overkill for even more points. Second on my list is Charybdis, and he's a 5-star space, I think. Yeah, he is a space protector. Even though he's space, he has the same kind of skill like Ravenous Chaos, but it increases by 40 this time, so you're going to have 140 cap, and then your green skills are going to be increasing gauges by 150%. So you can use this guy as a backup to Ravenous Chaos, but again, he is not a dark unit, so you won't be doing as much damage. Third on my list, I have Dark Xion, of course, the Secretary, and I just put her here for the fact that she's a dark protector, a dark 5-star protector, so your damage output will be higher than the other elements, of course. And then you guys probably know her skill already. It's a conversion skill, and increases your ultimate gauge by however many percentage. Now if you don't have these 3 protectors, you can also use Sky Dragon, who is a 4-star protector, and he's a 4-star Dark Protector, and he has a similar skill to Charybdis and Orc Disaster, except on a lower scale. It increases by 5, and then let's see what his maximum is. Yeah, his maximum, you can increase it up to 15, so you have 115 skill points. That's enough for 2 big buffs, so that's really good, and it has a built-in conversion skill, blue skill to green, so that's a really nice alternative if you don't have those 3 5-star protectors that I mentioned. Alright, let's go into the best DPS units to use. So you're going to be choosing a single target dark unit, just because the boss is Gazelle, he's a light unit, and single target just has a higher modifier. First thing to note, Gazelle's resistance, he is actually weak against magic. So the top dark DPS unit you should be using, if you have it, is Dark Milim. So Dark Milim I don't have to showcase, but Dark Milim is a magic single target unit who can increase her skill rate on skill 1 too, so that's very important. So Dark Milim will be your strongest possible DPS. Second strongest would be Dark Diablo. Of course mine is only level 80, I don't have any dupes. So he's really not the strongest for me, but with Diablo, he is very strong contender. Now the third on my list, even though he's third, I think he is the best unit to use if you don't have Dark Milim, is Dark Benimaru, because if you did the event, a couple of weeks ago, you should have a maxed level 100 Benimaru with very high stats because of his equipment, and his skill 1 comes with a defense down by 15%, and it increases critical rate by 15%, so you'll use him for some big single target ults. We'll be dishing out a lot of damage with Benimaru here. And now fourth on the list is actually Dark Rimuru. And you may be thinking, why Dark Rimuru? Isn't he an AoE unit? Yes, he is an AoE unit, but there are some stages with actually multiple enemies, so Rimuru Tempest, the Dark Rimuru, will be actually the best unit to use there. He has an insane skill 1, which increases your critical rate by 100%, which is guaranteed crit, and then increases your critical damage by 15%. And he has the AoE ultimate as well, so yeah, those are really strong units to have, and probably the best units to use. And without further ado, here is the whole team, or kind of the team that will synergize very well with this event. And remember, if you guys have better alternatives to my free-to-play units, then by all means, go ahead and switch it up. But essentially, the backbone of the team is 2 conversion units, just to make your life easier. You know, I have Valentine as my one of my converters, and then I have the light Shuna, who will also be converting. You know, some free alternatives you can use is the Wind Shuna. You get that at level 100 for free, and you also have the Light Milim, which she just came out as one of the free event units. We got her as a 5-star, so yeah, she's also a conversion unit, so that's very helpful. So there you have 2 free-to-play conversion units right there. And now we have Light Milim and we have Space Rimuru. Now these 2 are our buffers. Rimuru does an attack buff, and Wind Milim does an ultimate buff. So some alternatives you can use are, you know, if you have Dark Veldora Tempest, you can use him as well. He has the same ultimate buff. You can also use the budget version of Rimuru. I think it's a 4-star who also does an attack up. Yeah, we have a Dark Rimuru Tempest, Swordsmanship Forge, which is a 4-star Tempest, 4-star Rimuru, and he has an increase all attack by 20%. So you can use that as an alternative as well as a more free-to-play option. And then obviously you have your DPS. So my DPS is going to be Benimaru, just because he's free and I don't have, you know, like I said, a super stacked Dark Milim or a stacked Diablo. And so this is my team for the boss stages and anything with basically just one enemy. And now for the stages with multiple enemies, example Expert 1, Expert 2 on the normal stages, the non-boss ones, you can switch it up. For example, I would be using something like this. I would be bringing in Charybdis and then switching out my Benimaru for a Dark Rimuru, just like that. So again, the backbone of the team is pretty straightforward. 2 conversions, 2 buffers, and then 1 DPS. Alright, let's get into the maps and stages now. So for the most important part are the expert stages. Beginner and normal you can max out pretty easily, but expert is where, you know, there's not really a max level. Well, I'm not sure if there is because I haven't really reached it, but I will show you guys how to maximize your points. I'll also be telling you what the maximum turn bonus is for each stage, so let's dive into it. So in Expert 1, let's check the info here. There's going to be multiple enemies. So this is the stage where you want to bring that AoE DPS, and for example, my team will be this team, except with a Dark Rimuru, just like that. So we're going to be doing a huge nuke at the end of the stage, and remember, you have to clear on turn 7 or earlier just to get the max turn bonus. For Expert 2 here, there's only going to be 2 enemies, so you want to bring in your single target team. For example, for this one, I would bring in my Orc Disaster for more DPS, and then I'll be switching out Dark Rimuru for my Benimaru here. So yeah, I'm going to be doing as much single target DPS as I can, and you have to clear on turn 5 or earlier to get the maximum turn bonus. And for Expert 3, Expert 3 is just going to be one enemy. It's going to be kind of a tanky enemy, but you can clear this guy with your single target team on turn 6 or earlier. So yeah, hopefully this helped you guys plan your turns more just to maximize your output. So yeah, these are my scores, and I got these scores because I was overkilling with the team that I recommended you guys. A big burst, double buff, you know, kind of overkill team. And of course, for the boss battle, when you're actually fighting the Light Gazelle, you're going to be using your single target teams. So for example, if I go and do this one, I'm going to be using this team with my Dark Benimaru, and then my Orc Disaster for big, fat, juicy damage. And you have to clear the boss before turn 6. Now, I'm not sure if this is the most efficient way, but turn 6 will get you the maximum turn bonus points, but it's going to be really hard to overkill the boss on turn 6, just because he still has his defense buff up, and then turn 7 will be a stun, and then turn 8 is when basically you're able to attack if he, you know, didn't get stunned. And he won't have a defense buff up, so you'll be doing much more damage on turn 8 for more overkill points. For me, these points that I scored here, 13,000, 46,000, I cleared on turn 6 for that turn bonus, which is really big. It's like a couple thousand points. I'm also going to be covering what you should be doing every turn. Though, even though it's heavily RNG related on what kind of cards you get or how fast your ult becomes, this is kind of my general guideline to it. So turn 1, we're going to get 2 skills of each character and then 2 colors of each. So I like to use my Valentine skill, my first conversion, to turn stuff into green. So I'm going to be using 4 green skills. And then the second turn, you're going to be having some blues and oranges left over. So this is kind of where I use my Light Shuna, because she can convert orange skills into blue skills. So hopefully you can get at least like 5 blue cards from that, and then that will increase your protection gauge all the way to the max. And from there, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, you want to be trying to accumulate as much skill points as you can. So that's going to be a lot of green skills, and you want a lot of ultimate gauge, primarily for your main DPS. And then turn 6 is when you kind of use all of your skills, double buffs, and then you do an ultimate and pray for a crit, and hopefully that would be enough to defeat the boss. But that's all for my video on Heroes Jubilee. This is kind of a really long guide, kind of explaining all the nitty-gritty stuff about Heroes Jubilee in the event. So if you guys learned something, consider leaving a like and subscribe. If I help you out, leave a comment down below if I did. But thanks so much for watching the video, and until next time.